Hello, thanks everyone for coming along to this press conference today. Obviously the first one I'll be doing like this at Tottenham Hotspur. So first question please from the audience.
Alright, it's Bruce here from the Sydney Times. First question, why are you so big compared to the rest of us?
Yeah, I guess you guys are just small, maybe? I mean, I've come into a small room, maybe, and you guys are tiny, that might be the issue.
Alright, and second question, how are you finding life at Tottenham Hotspur?
Yeah, settling in really well, really enjoying my time here at the club. It's great to get involved with the team. The boys are all really good. Everyone's trying really hard in training. We are winning games, most importantly, and we're not conceding goals as well. So I am loving my time here at Tottenham right now. Next question, please.
Alright, it's Wallace here from the Edinburgh Daily. You've got the Europa League draw today. Are you expecting to win that competition this season?
Yeah, I think we've got a great chance this season. Obviously, a lot of good teams come into the Europa League, and then obviously after the Champions League group stages, you get 8 really good Champions League quality teams that come into the competition. But we've got a team capable of being, a Champions League winning team, in my opinion. So I think we've got a great chance of winning it this season. Getting some silverware would be fantastic, and I back the boys to the hilt to win this competition. We need to get a good draw, obviously, in the group stage. Get that, win the group. We'll focus on the knockouts, and I think we can get some silverware this season. Hello and welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur FM21 Data Save. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode where we have got the Europa League draw coming up, and then we'll play Newcastle off camera in the Carabao Cup because no one cares about that, but we will do Leicester and Sheffield United on camera in game for today's episode. So first things first, thank you very much for your support on this series. The Wonder Kids video that came out yesterday as well, and all the streams as well. You guys have been smashing everything, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And we're going to set a likes target today of, I'm going to go for 400 likes on today's video. Reach that would be absolutely mental. And of course, if you've not yet done it already, click the subscribe button down below. Hopefully it gets 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're about 3,000 off right now, so fingers crossed we get there. Just one more thing to point out as well, which I think is really important. I was on the 5-Star Potential podcast yesterday, and they're doing a podcast every day during the UK lockdown, which is a big month at the moment. So they're doing a podcast every day focusing on mental health and things like that. And they asked me on it, and I was on there talking about not just mental health, a lot of different things, but mental health is a big focus on there, and it's so important, I think, at the moment, particularly with lockdown and things like that, to recognise that some people are struggling a lot with mental health, and I want you guys to know that as a community, we're all there for each other. You can always reach out to me if you want to. Twitter, Discord, the YouTube comment section if you want to, or on a stream. And there's loads of people in the Discord as well that they'd all talk to you and help each other out, and I really want to try and foster a good community, particularly right now, where we can all have a chat and get if people have issues, they feel like they've got someone to talk to at least. That's the most important thing. You feel like you can talk to someone, even if it is just someone on the internet that you don't really know. Sometimes it's easier to talk to someone who you don't really know. I find it easier to do that sometimes. So I think just look after yourselves, be kind to each other, and get yourselves in the Discord. And if you obviously if you want to, don't have to, but I mean, it's good to be in there and have those people to talk to, because there's over 400 people in there. I'm sure someone in there will have felt the same as you at some point if you are feeling bad or something like that. But I'm going on a bit of a tangent right now. You know what I'm trying to say. Just be kind to each other, support each other, and we'll all get through lockdowns wherever you are in the world and things like that. Anyway, jumping into today's episode properly, I'm going to show you the fixtures that we've had since you guys were last here, and I'm a bit surprised by this, but we haven't conceded a goal in competitive football yet. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't play most of these friendlies. I got my assistant manager to do it because I just wanted to get through to the competitive fixtures very quickly. And I've obviously played all of these, and as you can see, we've not conceded a goal yet. The caveat is we haven't really played any challenging teams yet. Newcastle, probably the most challenging, and of course, they're not really the best of teams. So we beat those guys 2-0 last episode. We then went through the Europa League qualifying stage. I wasn't going to show those guys or those games, I should say, on episodes because, Hartberg, I've never heard of, Slovan Liberec, Rosenborg, we should have beaten those teams comfortably. There was no point doing those on camera. And as you can see, we did beat them comfortably. A 3-0 win over Hartberg in the Europa League. We then had a 3-0 win against Crystal Palace in the Premier Division with Benteke, Lucas Moura getting on the score sheet there. How can I make this goal score a little bigger? Surely I can. I'm dragging things around, but I don't think I can make it bigger. So I'm not quite sure who else scored in that game. Who else scored in that game? Giovanni Lo Celso got a penalty right at the end. So a big 3-0 win in that game. We then had a 4-0 win against Slovan Liberec. Musa Sissoko with a brace. He actually did score a third, but it was offside, unfortunately, alongside Lucas Moura and Eric Lamela with the other goals. We then had a really frustrating 0-0 draw with Burnley. Burnley, they had a man sent off in the 6th minute, and we just couldn't break them down. They just parked the bus, did proper Sean Dyche football, and we couldn't score. So they picked up a point there where we should have picked up all 3 points. But we got through to the Europa League group stages by beating Rosenborg 2-0 in that final qualifying round. Now, I've got a bone to pick with you lot. Not you lot specifically, but something that's really annoyed me. We qualified from the Europa League group. And if I can find the news article here, was it this one? Not that one. This one. Europa League bonuses paid out. To just get to the Europa League group stages, we've paid out over £3 million in bonuses. Whoever's done these contracts is an idiot. I don't understand why we're paying our players to do something that we are expected to do anyway. I'm very cross about this. £3 million pretty much, if not a bit more, on 20 players getting bonuses there. Most of these players haven't even played, if I'm honest with you, which is rather frustrating. And we only got £2.6 million for actually reaching it. So he's paid out more than we actually earned from getting there. So I'm cross about that. So I imagine there's probably like 1 million bonuses in everyone's contracts for winning the Europa League. So I don't think we'll make much money from this Europa League campaign, unfortunately. But we are going to be entered into the group stage, and we've got the group stage draw today. We're a first seeded team, so let's find out which group we are going to be in by clicking the draw next team. We are in Group E, as you can see there. So what other teams could we be getting? Celtic would be a good one. I wouldn't mind Celtic. It'd be good to play against them. Victoria Pleasant, wouldn't mind playing against them. I do like Victoria Pleasant as a team. I wouldn't mind Partizan either, because they're a good Serbian team. And obviously we had a brief stint with them in FM20 in our journeyman save around the block. So let's see who we get in the second seeded group. We've not got Victoria Pleasant. Who are we going to get? Celtic. Excellent. I wanted Celtic. That would be fantastic. That'd be a very, very good game to play against them. And obviously we've got Wallace from the Edinburgh Times, who obviously isn't from Glasgow because that's where Celtic are. But Wallace in the press conference, he'll be all over that. Who else in the third seed then? Let's have a quick look. Rangers. We can't have Rangers, can we? Because Celtic are in there. They're Scottish. We can't have another Scottish team. I don't really mind too much who we get. I wouldn't want to play against Real San Sebastian. I think they're quite a decent side. Real Sociedad in real life. Obviously, licensing issues have to be called Real San Sebastian. But Real Sociedad in real life. I don't mind who we get, to be fair. Let's see who we do get, though, as we get Feyenoord. Interesting. I don't mind a Dutch team. Luckily, not much travelling for us right now. It's not like I have to go to Azerbaijan to play Karabag or something like that, which is quite nice. So, not a lot of travelling for us. And of the final seeded teams, who is down here? A lot of teams that probably won't cause us any issue. Lille could cause us an issue. I'm surprised they're a 4th seeded team, but I think most of these teams we should be beating. I wouldn't mind Frank Varosh because obviously we were with Pushka's Academy in the around the block save for a while, so I wouldn't mind a Hungarian team. But we are going to get Antwerp from Belgium. This is a nice group. Not a lot of travelling there. Very, very close together. I mean, I feel sorry for like the Polish, Kazakhstan and Danish teams that have got to travel all over Europe and things like that. And they've also now got to go to Bosnia. So actually they're more Eastern Europe, aren't they, to be fair. But a pretty good group for us there. We should be winning that. I can't see any reason why we shouldn't be winning that. Celtic to come second, I think. Maybe Feyenoord, Antwerp bottom, I'm afraid, which is a shame for them, but that's a good group. I'm happy. So the media say we've been given an easy group. I would probably agree with them, if I'm honest with you. So what I'm going to do very quickly is go and play this Newcastle Cup game off camera, because that's not interesting. We're not bothered about a third round Carabao Cup game. It's pointless. I'll play through that, and then I'll go and play the other games afterwards. So we just recorded a nice 2-0 victory over Newcastle. Unfortunately, Gareth Bale got injured in this game, so we'll find out in a second how bad his injury is. 1 to 3 days. It's fine. And now is international break, which isn't... I'll be with you in a few minutes. Or will I? Eric Garcia, the first player we tried to sign at this transfer window, is now transfer listed for £23 million on deadline day. We do need another centre-back. We've only got 3 of them. Alderweireld, Sanchez and Langley, which I'm saying correctly now. Langley? Oh, I might have said that wrong. It's not Langlet, basically. I think it's Langley. People in the comment section told me. I'll get it right at some point, but Langley, I think, is how you say his name. But there are 3 centre-backs, basically. Eric Garcia could be number 4, and he'd be great. The thing is, I don't know if we have £23 million. We might have to do like a never transfer. We've got £7 million to spend. He's 23, so let's put £7 million up front and then add instalments over 3 years of, what's the maths on that? 16 million pounds we can do. Let's put that in there, 16 mil. Suggest that, and they want a little bit more, which I guess is okay. 40% of profit from the next transfer, but we're only here for like 2 or 3 seasons. We're not going to sell him, so that's absolutely fine. Let's accept that and get him into the club. He's happy to talk contract with us. A very nice, cheap contract as well for a player of his quality. Let's get rid of that yearly wage rise. Let's get rid of that unused substitute fee. Let's bring it down to 50k and 3 million. Suggest that, and he's not 100% happy yet. We'll get him down to 50k. I know we will do. Suggest it again. Let's get him down to 50k again. Down to 3 million again. Suggest that. He's okay. He's gone orange. 56 is fine. 56 is fine. We've got Eric Garcia coming to the club. Another centre-back. That's a great addition to the squad. And here he comes, Eric Garcia, just like that, straight away on deadline day. Accept that. Eric Garcia is now our very own wonder kid. You love to see it. Brilliant, he's here. Right, I will go and play international break now, and we will be back very shortly for some games. Right, international break over. The squad are back, which is fantastic, and colour me surprised, because over international break, someone got injured. Can you guess who it is? Of course you can, if I can find the injury screen, medical centre, current injuries. It was Eric Lamela, of course. He's out for 2 to 3 months. Obviously the injury magnet in the Tottenham squad. It's a good job I don't like to use him too much, because I know he gets injured all the time. He's 28 years old. I still thought he was like 12, but he's getting on. He just gets injured constantly, doesn't he? Either way, everyone else played very well over international break. So hopefully they'll come back with good form, good morale, good fitness to take on Leicester and Celtic, which is now the new fixture in this episode because of the draw being when it was. Right, Leicester, let's take them on then. We're going to get Eric Garcia on the bench and hopefully he'll make his debut a little bit later on. But this is the starting lineup that we are going to go for. Hugo Lloris will start in goal as per usual with Region Langley. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right still. I'll get there, I promise. I look at it and look, I'm English. It says Lenglet. That's what I want to say. I'll get used to it, I promise. He lines up alongside Alderweireld though and Matt Doherty. We've got Bentancur and Lo Celso starting in the midfield today with Son, Ali and Bale in the attacking midfield trio with Harry Kane leading the line. Although Kane's only got 1 goal this season. Lucas Moura has started up front in all of our Europa League games and he's got 5 goals. However, he has been playing against teams like Rosenborg, not Premier League teams, but Lucas Moura is knocking on the door. If Kane doesn't start scoring, Moura is up front. So then, kickoff is upon us, and I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone in the comment section who, if you look next to this shoulder, I can press this button here, that goes away, and then we can get, as Son scores a goal, you love to see it. We'll talk more about this in a second. Son getting his first goal of the season, taking his time to get his first goal of the season, but a nice corner there for us. Bale popped it onto Son's head, and Son just whipped it into the far post, and a great goal for him there. Right, we've seen the goal now. Skip. You can hide this thing, and then he gets. I was complaining saying I want 6 of these. You can get 6 of them. It's like you love. Oh, now Matt Doherty's injured. I'm just trying to show the people how the game works. Stop doing things, game. I mean, I could have paused it. That might have been a lot more simple, to be fair. But Doherty injured. Let's get Serge Aurier on instead. So I've paused the game now. As you can see, I press this little button down here next to my shoulder. That goes away. I've got 6 screens now, which is good. So I need to kind of work out what I think is most interesting. I do want latest scores. I want the league table. I think having the Leicester formation up there is very useful as well. And I think this visualizer could be useful, but I think it moves a bit too quickly. So I might get rid of that one. That's always one that's going to be behind my head. So something not very important should probably go there. But on the Tottenham stats, I don't know if I should go for like body language, but that doesn't really tell me too much. Set pieces is a bit pointless, I feel. Attacking's quite good, but I mean, all it shows me is this guy. Who's this? Fouls against. We've had 1 foul against Gareth Bale. That's it. That's all that's telling me right now. So maybe passing's more useful. I'm not sure. So let me know what you guys think. What have you guys been using in your touchline tablet? I'd love to hear it. The only way this could be made better, though, is if we could have this bar and 6 things, because I quite like this bar. These are all your shouts and instructions are and mentality is. If I want to do that now, and I want to have 6 things, I've got to pause the game, open this up and then do it. It's like an extra few steps, which just seems a bit counterintuitive in my opinion. Either way, we've got to half time. We are 1-0 up, and as you can see from the expected goals, we should be scoring 0.64. So 1-0 seems about the correct scoreline. We've limited Leicester to 0 shots, and we still haven't conceded a goal in competitive football yet. I feel like the formation that we've built is solid. I'm honest with you. I think it's pretty solid. At the same time, we're not scoring loads of goals. We've scored 6 goals in all our league competitions, but you can see on the table that goal difference-wise, United have already got plus 13 goal difference, and we're quite low down on the goal scored tally, but at least we are picking up the 3 points. I guess that's all that matters, really. Get 3 points, win every game 1-0, you win the league, wouldn't you? Another corner, though, Gareth Bale, can he put this on Son's head? He can't, as Jamie Vardy, of all people, is back, clearing that one out from the back. We will make some changes, though. I'm still getting used to the new heart system as opposed to percentages to decide when and who I should be substituting off. But I think maybe you should be focusing more on average rating. Like, if someone's playing poorly, maybe focus on getting that player off rather than the player that's really tired. Maybe as Son comes close to scoring a second goal for us there. So we will make some changes. Who's not playing particularly well? Both Bentancur and Dele Alli. Well, Bentancur's not really a ball-winning midfielder. If we swap him over with Giovanni Lo Celso, he might have a better game. But Dele Alli not having the best one. So actually, Lo Celso will go into the attacking midfield. We'll get Dele Alli off for Sissoko. And Harry Kane on a 6.6. Let's get him off. Let's get him off for Lucas Moura, who can score goals. I am really impressed, though, that we have stopped Leicester from having any shots in this game, as you can see. That's really, really good. And our XG is 1.2. So 1-0 on the scoreline, according to XG, is the correct result. So we can be happy with that. I'm going to stretch my arms out then. Outstretch my arms and embrace the boys, but I can't because it's COVID. I'm going to embrace the boys and say, well done. A good win for us. Good stuff. Doherty's injury, though, how bad is it? 5 to 6 weeks with sprained knee ligament. It's not too bad. It could be a lot worse. We've got obviously Aurier, who can play right back very capably. You've got really good squad depth in the Tottenham squad, I must say. No one, I wouldn't say it's the squad depth is world class, but it's the squad depth is good enough to be like a top 4 team, I think. Celtic up next, though. That'll be quite an exciting fixture in the Europa League. Hopefully quite a feisty one, as well as we are at home as well, which is going to be obviously beneficial to us. So for the lineup then against Celtic, we can't play Eric Garcia. My plan was to start him this game, but obviously we must have missed the registration period when he signed for the club at the end of the transfer window. Can we get him in now? Can we do that right now? Eric Garcia in. We can. We can't confirm with any testing change. Okay, we can't confirm that. It's a bit annoying. So Eric Garcia can't play. That's frustrating. What I will do, though, is obviously take Doherty off for Serge Aurier, and then I want to rotate the lineup a little bit. So I'm going to bring Lucas Moura on for Kane. We'll get Son off for Bergwijn. We're going to bring Sissoko on for Bentancur, and I think we need to start Ndombele for a game or two as well, so he can come on for Lo Celso. Davinson Sanchez will come on for Alderweireld, but that's the only change that we'll make. We'll get everyone else on the bench as well. And this is the team that we're going to try and use to beat Celtic this evening. Does Loxalt play for Celtic in real life, or have they signed him in game? I feel like that's a signing in game, but I don't know my Celtic squad that much, but I feel like he's quite a good signing for them. Big Scott Brown as well in the centre mid. You love to see that. Scott Brown, the ever-tackling man who is just a bit scary. But hopefully he'll be scared of us today as we go and take on Celtic. What I have noticed as well is that this resets every single game. So if you want it off, you have to click it off every single game because it then comes back on every single game. And what I have noticed as well is that things like to reset on that touchline dashboard. So obviously there are bugs in the beta right now. That'll be fixed by the time the full game comes out. But Lucas Moura gets his 6th goal of the season. And yes, I know we're not playing Harry Kane in these games where they are theoretically easy to score in, but Moura is in form. He knows where the back of the net is. And I feel like even in the Premier League now, we're going to have to drop Kane for Lucas Moura. He's got 6 goals this season now. See, look, this one has reset itself. That's what I mean. We had it on, I think we kept it randomly on passing last time, but it's gone back to that general info. So I'm sure that'll get fixed very shortly. Chance for Celtic to come forward in their black away kit. Cleared by Serge Aurier, though, which is quite good. But there's Scott Brown into Nietzsche, into Frimpong. Frimpong can whip across into the middle of Forest, and we haven't conceded a goal yet still. I want to try and keep this clean sheet record going for a long time, to be fair. I'm surprised we've kept clean sheets all season and not conceded anything. Maybe I'm just a defensive genius. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me to be a defensive genius. And Lucas Moura gets another one. Yeah, you hate to see it. I just looked at my phone briefly, missed the start of the highlights, I didn't talk, and there we go. Lucas Moura gets his 7th of this season now. A good corner from Bale again, and Moura arriving at the far post to nod it past the keeper. He's got to start the games, I think. Ooh, just save things there. I just got a little notification come up on my screen on OBS. I would have missed it if I wasn't looking at it right at the time, but it just said that my hard drive has run out of space. So I had to delete a few things to old footage, obviously, to start recording again. Need to maybe buy a new hard drive, I think. To be fair, I don't know what I've got on it. It's a 250 gigabytes SSD. All my like Steam games are on a different one, so I'm not quite sure what I've got on there that's taken up like 250 gigabytes. I need to double check that and see what's on there to maybe get rid of quite a lot of it. But Sergio Aurier looking for Bergwijn on cue, scores a third goal before half time. A great start to our Europa League campaign. I have made a couple changes to the way that I record. So the files are a lot bigger now than what they used to be. They used to be like, I don't know, like 2 gigabyte a file. That like 20-minute recording or maybe like 30-minute recording that I've done, like the first one was about 10 gigabytes. I mean, to be fair, actually, I have got one of these Samsung portable ones. It's 500 gig this, and I should probably use this for something, just plug it in all the time and have it as, you know, a place to store footage, because all it's got on here is just like old photos at the moment. There's like a gig of photos and 499 gigabytes of spare space, to be fair. And actually saying that, I have got all the old hard drives from like all my old laptops. There's 3 of them here. They're like terabyte hard drives that I could probably just plug into my computer and use these. So actually, there's easy storage solutions in my desk. 3.5 terabytes in there. I'm just not using. I should probably actually repurpose them, shouldn't I? Either way, in looking through my desk for various different hard drives and SSDs that I could probably use for more storage, I forgot to make substitutes. We're at the end of the game now, but we've won it 3-0, and that's the most important thing. We're top of our group of Antwerp beat Feyenoord. So maybe I have underestimated Antwerp, but a great result for us there. A great episode. Still not conceded any goals. This formation could be a winner. I mean, we're not that good going forward, although we have scored quite a few goals in today's episode. But I've got to say, we don't concede anything, and that's the main thing. So another episode draws to a close. Next episode, then, I think we might go forward. We might do a triple header. We might do Celtic again, as well as Arsenal, and then Antwerp in our Europa League group. Or we could even do a 4-game special with Leave it to me. We'll probably get to that. We might do 4 games next episode to really like showcase the match engine and stuff like that. That'll be good fun. So I will see you then. Until next time, though, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And of course, I don't know what I was going to say then. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, lads. Goodbye.